Welcome friends. Let us go once again with the cobalt nitrate test in exclusive manner. Then with extension we will go for the group analysis. Cobalt nitrate test. Before performing the cobalt nitrate test, the charcoal cavity test is performed. Whereas in the charcoal cavity test, a white residue formation if occurs and if it is infeasible, then such kind of materials are eligible for the cobalt nitrate test. Whereas within the charcoal cavity, having of white infusible residue that is covered with the moistured cobalt nitrate, 1-2 drops of added water with the cobalt nitrate solid is covered with the cavity, and then that is exposed to the oxidizing flame. As a result, what happens is the metal oxide as well as the cobalt oxide combination in 1:1 ratio occurs, that is having its characteristic color. Thereby, whatever the metal is present, whatever the metal oxide is present, these are generally identified. Here, the details once again. If the residue left in charcoal cavity test, which is of white in color and infeasible in nature, then it is eligible for the cobalt nitrate test. Whereas the cavity having of infeasible white material is moistured with the cobalt nitrate and heated with the oxidizing flame. What is meant by oxidizing flame? A flame which is having of higher quantity of the oxygen. With that high heating followed by the excess amount of oxygen conditions, materials undergo oxidation. Such kind of flame is said to be the oxidizing flame. As a result, double metal oxide formation takes place. One is cobalt oxide, second one is metal oxide combination in 1:1 ratio as a adduct formation takes place. Thus it is having its characteristic color. Suppose in the charcoal cavity test my material is zinc sulfate. In charcoal cavity test, sodium carbonate plus potassium carbonate fusion mixture is taken along with the material that is going to be tested and it is heated. Thus as a result, the material is converted as metal component is converted as metal carbonate, whereas that metal carbonate under heating conditions is also converted to the metal oxide. This is the before part of the chemical transformation for the cobalt nitrate test. Whereas this particular metal oxide, suppose here it is zinc oxide, that is allowed to react with the cobalt nitrate followed by heating. Then what happens is cobalt nitrate undergoes decomposition towards cobalt oxide. Now the cobalt oxide and the zinc oxide combines and it is present in the form of cobalt oxide zinc oxide 1:1 ratio as an adduct. Else we can add it as cobalt zincate COZnO2. Whereas this particular mixture adduct is having a characteristic color. In the case of zinc, it is having greenish color. Thus we can identify the material present, that is the second identification can be done, that we can go with the charcoal cavity test. Primary identification is completed, whereas the re-identification can be done with the help of this cobalt nitrate test. The color information, suppose if it is blue in color of infusible material, that is aluminium oxide is present, whereas blue of fusible, it is of either phosphate ion, otherwise the borate ion is present. If it is giving green color, as we made the discussion, it is zinc oxide. If it is pinkish in color, that is magnesium oxide. If it is bluish green, then it is tin oxide. That is the complexes, that is 1:1 ratio of adduct is like this, that is cobalt oxide, alumina, cobalt oxide, zinc oxide, cobalt oxide, magnesium oxide, cobalt oxide, tin oxide. Whereas an alternative cavity test of the cobalt nitrate is also now available. In this method, what we will do is, whatever salt that we want to perform the cobalt nitrate, in that solution, the filter paper is dipped, and to that, the cobalt nitrate solution, otherwise the cobalt nitrate small amount of salt is added and it is exposed to the flame. As a result, the filter paper will become fired and it becomes into ash. The color of ash is identified and the color of the ash is matches with the colors of the substances obtained in the cavity test of the cobalt nitrate. And this test is known as filter paper ash test. Thus, alternative method, solution of the salt to be tested is prepared, and in that at the tip of the filter paper is dipped, and to that 1-2 drops of cobalt nitrate solution is added and it is allowed for the flame. As a result, it becomes ash. The color of the ash indicates color of the ash gives the information about the metal and the metal salt present in the solution. Analysis of acidic radicals. Acidic radicals are the counterparts of the H plus. H plus is acid, the counterpart of H plus is said to be the anion. Generally anions are known as the acidic radicals. The important acidic radicals are listed in the form of groups like group 1, group 2 as well as group 3. Whereas the importance is on behalf of the reagent used, followed by the vigorous conditions of the reagent, followed by the other factors. Like this reagents, conditions as well as the other factors decides the group. Whereas groups are group 1, group 2 as well as group 3. Group 1 is consisting carbonate, bicarbonate, sulfide, sulfite, thiosulfate, nitrite, acetate, followed by thiocyanate, followed by hypochlorite. Whereas group 2 consisting of fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide, nitrate, oxalate, tartarate, others like chlorate, permanganate, ferrocyanide, citrate are examples for the group 2. Whereas group 3 consisting of sulfate, borate, phosphate, others like arsenite, arsenate, chromate, dichromate, silicate, iodate falls under the group of group 3. Now we will go for the structures of each particular group. Then we will go in detail discussion about the radicals, that is acidic radicals identification and the conformations, etc. The structures of group 1 radicals: carbonate, CO3 2-, carbon connected with the all varieties of oxygen. One is with double bonded oxygen, other two are with the single bonded oxygen having of 1 unit of negative charge. Bicarbonate, whereas one negative charge is connected with the H, that is bicarbonate. Sulfide, S-2, that is S is having extra 2 electrons, that is S-2. And the sulfide, SO3 2-, that is sulfite implies that is present with the +4 oxidation state. Whereas thiosulfate, it is present with the maximum oxidation state, whereas one sulfur-sulfur connectivity, double bond connectivity is there. Nitrite structure, NO2-, acetate, followed by thiocyanate as well as the hypochlorite. These are the structures related to the anions present in the group 1. Another important radical of the first A group is bisulfide. The structure is SH- having structure like this. Out of these, the important generally regularly tested are carbonate, bicarbonate, sulfide, followed by the bisulfide, and the nitrates are very important under the first A group anions. The structures of the second A group radicals: this is halide, maybe fluoride, chloride, bromide, iodide. Halogen is having 4 lone pairs, extra 1 electron is there, and it is having 1 unit of negative charge. This is nitrate structure, this is permanganate structure, this is oxalate, this is ferrocyanide, it is having a FeCN6 of -4, whereas this is chlorate structure, this is citrate structure, and this is tartarate structure. These are the corresponding structures of the second A group acidic radicals. Another one is acetate structure, that is CH3COO-, that is also important. Out of these many, the important radicals are the halide radicals, nitrate radical, followed by the oxalate radical, and the acetate radicals are basic radicals. These are very important radicals. The third group acidic radicals are consisting sulfate, the structure of sulfate SO4 2-, S with the +6 oxidation state, followed by borate BO3-, phosphate BO4 3-, arsenate, chromate, dichromate, silicate, followed by iodate. These are the radicals. Out of these, the important radicals eligible for the practical analysis are: one is sulfate, second one is borate, third one is phosphate. These are very important for the analysis. Carbonates and the bicarbonates. A small pinch of salt is taken in test tube. To that, dilute acid, either HCl or the sulfuric acid, slowly added through the walls of the test tube, and it is observed under cold condition. If you don't find anything, then it is exposed to the hot conditions. As a result of exposure towards the hot conditions or the cold conditions, if suppose carbonate or bicarbonate is present, then what happens is a odorless, colorless gas effervescence will come. The gas effervescences which are not having any kind of odor or color indicates either presence of carbonate, otherwise the presence of bicarbonate. Let us go for the reactions. That is, if salt is consisting carbonate and reaction with sulfuric acid, it leads to the formation of the metal sulfate followed by the bicarbonate, that is carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is unstable and it will be converted to carbon dioxide and water combination. Carbon dioxide comes in the form of carbon dioxide gas. Suppose if it is bicarbonate also on reaction with the HCl or the sulfuric acid under dilute conditions, it is converted as bisulfate followed by the carbonic acid. Once again, carbonic acid, as being it is unstable, it is converted to water followed by the carbon dioxide in the gas form. Thus, the odorless, colorless gas is carbon dioxide. Confirmation for the evolved gas as carbon dioxide. Suppose the gas comes. If this gas is sent through the calcium hydroxide solution, on reaction with the carbon dioxide, this calcium hydroxide is converted to calcium carbonate, which is a white color precipitate. That is, formation of white PPT on reaction of the evolved gas with the lime confirms that evolved gas is of carbon dioxide. On sending excess amount of carbon dioxide gas to the lime water, first of all it forms the calcium carbonate, a white PPT. To that white PPT also, if the carbon dioxide gas is sent, yes, it is having calcium carbonate, carbon dioxide gas we are sending, it is present in water. These once again recombines and that leads to the formation of calcium bicarbonate, which is present in the dissolved situation. So therefore that is water soluble formation takes place. That is, whatever the precipitate formed the first, that precipitate underwent dissolution and forms a clear solution. That it confirms that the evolved gas is of carbon dioxide. Information about the carbonates as well as the bicarbonates. All carbonates except sodium, potassium as well as the ammonium carbonate, these are soluble, remaining all are insoluble. Generally, insoluble carbonates are tested by making that one to react with dilute acid like HCl or the sulfuric acid, followed by carbon dioxide gas, evolution takes place, and that gas is sent to the aqueous calcium hydroxide solution, that is lime water, that leads to the calcium carbonate solid, and excess sending it is converted to soluble calcium bicarbonate. That things are present. Whereas if it is soluble, another method is also adaptable. On dissolution in water, those are sodium carbonate, potassium carbonate as well as ammonium carbonate. For these, we will take the help of indicator help. Phenolphthalein indicator is used, thereby color change appears. Thereby we can identify that these are carbonates. But there is an anomaly. Ammonium carbonate, though that is soluble, it doesn't give any kind of indicator test because it is combination of weak acid as well as the weak base. Whereas these soluble carbonates can also be tested by another way also. Suppose if you make that one to react with the magnesium sulfate, as a result double displacement reaction takes place and that leads to the formation of magnesium carbonate. But magnesium carbonate is insoluble. It is showing white color precipitate, thus we can identify the corresponding soluble compound is carbonate compound. In case of bicarbonates, only sodium bicarbonate is exist in solid state. It is also soluble in water, but remaining bicarbonates like calcium, magnesium, these of all are just present in the solution state. You never get these of all in the solid state. Whereas bicarbonates in their aqueous solution state, whichever are there, either you may dissolve or those are present originally in the solution state. The another way of identification is these are all on reaction with the magnesium sulfate. Here also double displacement reaction takes place I may react this one with the sodium bicarbonate because it is also soluble, though it is present in solid state. These are all are just present in the solution state only. So therefore, on reaction with the magnesium sulfate, double displacement reaction takes place. Thus, it leads to the formation of magnesium bicarbonate. A soluble solution is formed, followed by calcium sulfate. This magnesium bicarbonate on heating, it is converted to magnesium carbonate, carbon dioxide plus water, whereas magnesium carbonate is white color precipitate. In this way, we can identify or we can confirm the presence of bicarbonates. Study related to the sulfide ion. The salt consisting of sulfide on reaction with dilute acid under cold conditions in some cases, if it doesn't works on gentle heating under hot conditions, a colorless and the pungent odor rotten egg smell containing gas evolution takes place. That gas is H2S. See, this is the test tube which is having salt and it is connected with the dropper having of dilute acid. This on cold conditions normally, otherwise on gentle heating, a gas which is having of pungent odor, rotten egg smell odor followed by without having any kind of color is evolved. Thus we can suspect that that gas has being nature of hydrogen sulfide and sulfide ion is present. Confirmation can be done for this. Whatever the gas is evolved to that gas, a filter paper which is dipped in lead acetate, if it is exposed to that gas, then the lead acetate paper is converted to black in color. Else the cadmium acetate paper which is exposed to the outcoming gas of H2S, that is also converted to yellow in color, that is cadmium sulfide formation. Else whatever the salt is taken, to that salt the lead acetate solution is added and gently it is heated, then it leads to the formation of a black precipitate of lead sulfide formation. Else the same salt, sodium sulfide salt followed by the lead acetate solution on gentle heating in a test tube, the cadmium sulfide yellow color precipitate formation takes place. Similarly, another one confirmation test is to this salt, if we add Na2FeCN5NO, that is sodium nitrochloride aqueous solution, then that will be converted to a purple colored soluble liquid formation takes place, which is having the formula Na4FeCN5NOS, which is known as sodium pentacyano-nitrosyl thiol ferrate 4. Such kind of new complex formation, soluble in water complex formation takes place. These are all our identification and the confirmation tests for the sulfide radical. Sulfide anion, whereas sulfide is SO3 2 minus anion. This particular sulfide salts on reaction with sulfuric acid, sulfur dioxide gas evolution takes place, which is colorless but having very pungent burning sulfur like odor. Whereas this particular salt is taken in test tube, to this dilute acid like either sulfuric acid or HCl is added. As a result, gas evolution takes place. That gas is not having any kind of color, but it is having a pungent odor of burning sulfur, that we can sense it is sulfur dioxide. That is sodium sulfide 2 plus any of the acid like dilute HCl or the dilute sulfuric acid, a salt followed by sulfur dioxide gas evolution takes place. Then how to get the confirmation is, whatever the evolved gas is there, to this evolved gas, a filter paper dipped in potassium dichromate solution, if it is exposed, then it is converted to green in color. Otherwise, salt followed by acid followed by potassium dichromate solution crystals, if it is added, then that is converted to green color in solution. That is nothing but what? Chromium sulfate formation takes place. That is salt followed by acidic conditions followed by potassium dichromate aqueous solutions or crystals. If it is added, reaction takes place that leads to the formation of a soluble green colored solution without any precipitate, because chromium sulfate is having higher solubility. Chromium sulfate formation takes place, which is having green color. Secondly, to this evolved gas, if the filter paper dipped in potassium permanganate is exposed, which is having pink in color, it is converted to colorless, because it is permanganate of pink color is converted to manganese of +2, manganese sulfate, which is of colorless. See here, salt 2 plus acid followed by KMnO4 solution. Also, if you send through the KMnO for crystals, if it is added, then also it leads to the colorless solution, because here the formation of manganese sulfate occurs, which is having higher solubility, which is not having any kind of color. Another conformation of the sulfide is the sulfite on reaction with the barium chloride solution, it is converted to barium sulfite, which is a white colored precipitate. Whereas this barium sulfate, which is of white colored precipitate, on reaction with dilute HCl, it combines with the dilute HCl and converted to barium chloride, which is soluble. A white colored precipitate is converted to soluble solution. This also confirms the presence of the sulfite. Let us see. Here, sodium sulfite on reaction with barium chloride leads to the formation of barium sulfite, which is a double displacement reaction, a white color precipitate. For this, if dilute HCl solution is added, it once again participates in chemical combination, gives to the barium chloride, which is of a colorless solution formation takes place. That is, a soluble barium chloride is soluble in water, hence a colorless white colored solution formation takes place, and this confirms the presence of the sulfite anion. Acetate anion. This acetate anion on reaction with the dilute acids, that leads to the formation of smell of vapors of acetic acid are observed, that it indicates the presence of acetate ion. The second examination is, you can take the salt on hand and you add a weak acid like oxalic acid and rub with your hands. As a result, also the same vapors of acetic acid smell are observed, that indicates acetate ion is present. That is, salt on hand followed by oxalic acid on rubbing, that leads to the formation of acetic acid followed by sodium oxalate, which is having smell of acetic acid. Similarly, this salt on reaction with neutral ferric chloride solution, that neutral ferric chloride transparent solution is converted to blood red in color due to complexation of ferrous oxalate. Having blood red in color indicates the presence of the acetate ion. Similarly, salt followed by alcohol under excess amount of acidic conditions, fruity smell formation occurs. Fruity smell appears, thus indicates the presence of the acetate ion. Whereas sodium acetate on reaction with alcohol, any of the alcohol, followed by sulfuric acid, excess amount of sulfuric acid has to be added. In the first step, the sodium salt of acetate ion is converted to acetic acid. Acetic acid followed by alcohol, in presence of acidic medium, esterification takes place. Thus, it is having its own nature of giving fruity in smell. That fruity smell appearance indicates the presence of the acetate ion. Nitrate anion, the salt plus dilute acids followed by under cold conditions or by heating conditions or by hot conditions, that leads to the formation of a light brown colored gas with the pungent smell. That gas is nitrogen dioxide. Here the reactions what are going to be taking place are double displacement reaction takes place, that gives the nitrous acid followed by sodium sulfate. Nitrous acid is unstable and it is undergoing redox reaction to form oxidized product as nitric acid and the reduced product as nitric oxide N2O. Whereas that N2O on reaction with the atmospheric oxygen, some portion of NO is converted to NO2, which is having brown color. Thus the gases combination NO and NO2 is offering brown color and also having pungent smell. That is one of the confirmation. Whereas next are the salt by taking with the aqueous ferrous sulfate solution. The aqueous ferrous sulfate is colorless, whereas on dissolution with the nitrite salt, here nitrite followed by some amount of sulfuric acid is taken, and here this is giving what? Nitric oxide. That nitric oxide complexes with the ferrous sulfate and a dark brown colored solution takes place. Salt plus aqueous ferrous sulfate in presence of sulfuric acid, that is dilute acid, that leads to the formation of dark brown colored solution. This dark brown colored solution is FeNOSO4. The next one is here salt plus iodine followed by sulfuric acid under heating conditions, that salt is converted to nitric oxide, whereas in that process the oxidation should take place, the iodides will be converted to iodine. This iodine on reaction with the sodium thiosulfate by using starch as indicator, it gives a blue colored soluble complex, indicates the presence of oxidizing agent. That oxidizing agent is nitrite, NO2 minus. Thus it can be confirmed by first one by the brown colored gas, second one by the dark brown colored formation of the ferrous sulfate, third one by complexation with the starch of the liberated iodine on reaction with the potassium iodide. These are the confirmations and the identifications related to the nitrite anion NO2 minus. Flowchart related to the first A group anions. Carbonates on reaction with acids gives carbon dioxide. This gas on sending to the calcium hydroxide solution gives calcium carbonate white PPT. On excess sending, it is a soluble solution of calcium bicarbonate formation takes place. Whereas these carbonates on reaction with the magnesium sulfate converted to insoluble magnesium carbonates also. Bicarbonates also gives carbon dioxide. On reaction with calcium hydroxide carbonate, excess sending bicarbonate formation once again takes place. The conformations of bicarbonates also done on reaction with the magnesium sulfate, that leads to the formation of magnesium bicarbonate on heating, which is converted to magnesium carbonate as insoluble white PPT. And sulfides on reaction with acid followed by heating hydrogen sulfide. These on reaction with lead estate, black lead sulfide formation. On reaction with the cadmium estate, the yellow colored cadmium sulfide formation. Whereas on reaction with Na2FeCN5NO, sodium nitroprusside, these are converted to Na4FeCN5NOS, which is having purple colored solution. Whereas sulfides will give sulfur dioxide on reaction with the potassium dichromate, chromium sulfate, green colored solution. These on reaction with the potassium permanganate, colorless manganese sulfate formation takes place. Acetates will give acetic acid on reaction with the ferric chloride, neutral ferric chloride gives the ferric acid, which is having a red blood color. Whereas these on reaction with the alcohol followed by excess amount of acid, a fruity smell containing ester formation takes place. The nitrite on reaction with acid followed by heating produces nitrous acid, which decomposes as nitric acid followed by NO. NO under aerial oxidation converts to brown colored gas like nitrogen dioxide. And this particular salt on reaction with ferrous sulfate gives FeNOSO4, that is dark brown colored solution. And this particular HNO2, which is acting as oxidizing agent on reaction with potassium iodide or iodides, converts to iodine. Iodine on reaction with the starch indicator gives the blue colored solution.